All right. Welcome, Mushin Warriors, to another episode of Mushin Mental Academy, where our purpose is to provide tools for engagement and presence. Today's episode centers us on knowledge and how knowledge provides us with the ability to tap into various tools based on what we're experiencing in life. So let's jump right in. Oh man, it's been an amazing week. Last week I was honestly exhausted, and I referred back to some of the other, some of the tools that we've been talking about, and I went ahead and created space for myself, started really just finding what I need to be doing, what I don't need to be doing, and all of that has really helped me significantly to get some clarity and a little bit of peace of mind this week as I get back into, you know, uh, like the swing of things. So it's it's been a nice journey. So bringing us back to the video and how I got drawn to this specifically, um, we're often told that knowledge is power, right? And we can most often see this pretty easily as we go through life because we know that by having information, we can base our decisions and how we interact with the outer environment as such. You know what I mean? If I if I know that like something weighs a certain amount, I know if I can pick it up or if I can't pick it up, right? Some just simple knowledge is useful. But the reason that I feel the utility for this video is because that works the same way internally, right? So I want to show how the inner and outer worlds both work based off of you know, these rules or these tools. So by having knowledge, we are also able to change our internal state as desired or as appropriate for whatever situation we're facing. And so I'm going to use the cold as an easy example, right? If, you know, Actually, I had this happen yesterday. I was outside and I started noticing that was getting a little bit cold, or I was noticing the sensation that my body. Well, so here's where the knowledge part comes in. So knowing that what I'm really experiencing is I'm feeling the change of temperature because my body is allowing heat to go to the environment around me because the environment around is at a lower energetic uh, vibration or frequency. It allows the flow to go that way. So by knowing this and understanding that the process and also understanding that like I've gone through this multiple times. I know the temperature more or less. I know that I'm not going to die, right? So I know that it's okay. I was able to get myself in a position where I just recognized what was going on. You see, so instead of being in a state where I was walking around, it's like, oh my goodness, I'm shocked by this feeling, this sensation that I'm, unconscious of the details for. And, I'm just, going into this state by, obviously like utilizing certain tools like breath mixed in with the logical center of building up. Well, honestly, just paying attention to it. That's really what was happening was I was giving the respect to the sensation and feeling, but integrating it in a way that I understood what was going on and I gave it, respect and acknowledgement. And that allowed me to no longer feel uncomfortable by the cold. I wasn't, uncomfortable in any way, actually. I was just walking around and it felt like just part of the environment. And these sorts of tools are useful in anything. They're useful in martial arts if you're doing something to know where your limitations are and to understand the inner workings that come to play with any topic or any, aspect of life that we're going through. So by really diving in and learning more about what we're doing, we're able to feel more comfortable in more situations within that. And I know that this is like super basic and simple, but I feel that it's pretty important to bring acknowledgement to it because, again, even though it's very simple to acknowledge how knowledge itself can impact how we interact with the outer environment, we don't always see what it does for our inner environment and for what it does to our own state of consciousness and being. It can provide us more strength at times. It can allow us to relax if we're noticing that our body's, in a different state. It literally allows us to have uh it's almost like superpowers and, control of the self. So I hope this brings some value. I know that it does for me. This is going to be the finale for season three. I'm going to play around a little bit with how we put out content to make these the most effective and efficient as possible. So I'll see you guys shortly and have a wonderful new year. All right. As always, be awesome, be beautiful, be yourselves.